This conference will now be recorded.
All right, as always, everything that we're going to be talking about today is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. All right, so SQ. I don't know what else to do but laugh, because sometimes this trading is just too easy. I mean, so one of the questions, I got a bunch of DMs of people asking me, how did I know that some type of news was going to come out? Okay, that, we had these prints that were coming back in, and I always keep telling you guys, make sure that we understand stories and don't just figure, prints are not just a number. It's telling you something. It's giving you a variable. It's telling you something that's going to happen in the future. They tell us everything within those numbers themselves. So guys, what are pretty much the two things that act as a catalyst for a stock to move? Let's make this real simple, because it wasn't I'm not a genius. Okay, news, right? News is number one. What's the other one? Yeah, or earnings. Pretty much news and earnings are the catalyst for almost every single thing that we see move. So guess what, guys? We weren't looking for it to happen in earnings, because earnings was a little bit too far out. So what was the most likely thing that was going to happen, that after we saw that selling, that the reason SQ was going to fall like this? What was the most it's not rocket science. What was the most likely downgrade or jack? Well, basically news. When a downgrade comes out, that's news, isn't it? The news of them downgrading what the stock was going to come back up. It wasn't like just all of a sudden SQ had a huge day. It was news, sucky news. All right, and this thing just is continuing to sell off. Now, remember, at 64, we have a whole bunch of selling down there. We have selling pretty much all the way into the 60s. So 65 is going to be a big number, but the amount of selling that we're seeing coming into this thing, 65 should not be that far off. Now, 68.50 is the lowest that I've seen prints. We have some beautiful selling that came in at that 68.50 level. So really what we're looking for is just some type of volume to come into this afternoon and kind of get it out of this consolidated, doing absolutely nothing type trading. Overall, it does need a pull up from that 68.50 selling, a little bit more than what we've seen, but remember, when you have a stock that's going to be an exception, and you know it's going to be an exception, you can't expect it to follow exactly the way that a normal stock was. Now, is it going to come back to reality? Of course, it's going to come back to reality. But as of right now, I'm still going to be looking for I'm still looking for more movement down by far. There's just way too much selling that's in this thing. All right, so obviously SQ will be on our list for this afternoon. Now, OCX, I was hoping that it was going to kind of wait a little bit. It's just a very ugly trade, but we keep getting more and more new buying that's coming in around that 6 level, above that 6 level. So even though it's pulling back right now, this is another thing that's still going to be on our list. Remember the variables we talk about in these cheaper stocks. See how it's holding within this consolidation, even when the volume goes to pretty much nothing? Well, that's what I want to see, and that's exactly what it's doing. So this afternoon, it's certainly still going to be on my list, looking for it to get up. Basically just looking for a trigger to the upside, and 650 is the minimum conservative number that I'm going to be looking for this thing to run up to. Next one looking at is PCG. Now, PCG this morning, it came up on pretty much no buying, not really much, but on its entire way up, I keep seeing really nice buying, and that's coming back into it. I know at 14, we just got right before we started our meeting. It's not going to let me go back, but we just got a new buying that came in, and that's not the first time. 14 continues to get nice new buying that's coming into it. So there's definitely going to be selling. And understand something is that when a stock's going up, I know there's going to be selling. Right now, PCG has moved $2.12 to the upside. It's a cheaper stock. We know for a fact that we're going to see selling coming in. I'm not worried about selling. What I'm worried about is new buying to tell us that it's going to be able to continue. So we're going to be looking for a little bit of a pullback underneath that 14 level, and then jumping and continuing back up. Now, we didn't quite make it to that double top, but there's no reason in the world that this thing should not gravitate towards it. All right, we're just going to need more trading volume. Look, the volume's great. Remember what we talked about? I forget if it was Traders Exchange or if it was Class, but the volume is great overall, but look at the trading volume. See how when we look at time and sales, it's not moving. It's not just have a consistent tick coming in. All right. And when we see that, remember, it's going to take longer for what we're looking to happen to continue to move. We talked about that in class. Okay. So it's going to take longer. Trading volume and overall volume are two very different things. Next thing looking at is Facebook. So Facebook, this is another one. I mean, if you want to talk about getting sold into, I don't think I saw anything but selling into this stock on its entire way down this morning. Now, yeah, I wasn't here for about from let's say figure 11:30 till now. But based off this consolidation, I can't imagine there was any real buying that was coming back into this. So there's selling. I know someone asked me about an earnings play if I'm going to take shares tomorrow. And the thing is that even though today it made such a great move and there's a ton of selling coming into it, guys, how much further down do we have selling in Facebook? So $4.67. It technically hasn't even hit its range yet today. Okay, but you know how much more room it still has towards that downside? So the move that it made today has no effect whatsoever. But obviously tomorrow, based off of what we see coming into it, I'm going to make my decision on there. Okay, and if I'm going to take an earnings play, guys, what time do you think it's going to be at tomorrow? What time do you think it's going to be at tomorrow? Sure is, 9:30. No, yeah, 3:55. Okay, with about 5 minutes left in the market, that's when I'm going to make my decision. I want to see what it would, basically the way that it's going to close, the way it's going to come in. Now, overall, I could care less, okay, about that because I know where the stock has to go. But coming into there, it might be better off to let the stock go up first, because almost all the time, and this is such a common earnings pattern that we see, if a stock's going to tank, guys, what happens first? The stock's going to tank. What do we almost always see what happened first before it goes? Yeah, we get like that really big pop that makes the stock look like it's going to run like $10, and then all of a sudden, boom, just tanks. Okay, so I might even, because of the fact that I'm going to be doing shares and I'm not trading options, I might even wait till the aftermarket. But I'm definitely going to let you know. I'll let you know tomorrow, 3:55. Ask me, and I'll let you know. I should already have my decision made from that. I can almost guarantee. I'm not going to say guarantee because there's no such thing as a guarantee, but I can say to a very high percentage, I will be going short shares in Facebook for earnings. All right, Twitter, next one I'm going to be looking at this afternoon. Okay, Twitter is another one that's been getting really just hammered with selling today. I don't know what the hell went on. Well, I do know what the hell went on, is that all these stocks should be getting hammered already. Yeah, sure. I'll talk about NVDA. So basically, it's nothing but selling. We just had absolutely beautiful selling bursts come in under at 31.47, and then a couple prints that came in at 31.50. So it still has more room down. Really, the biggest thing with these everyday stocks, we have all we need to watch these things fall and fall and fall and fall. Right now, it's just a matter of volume coming into the afternoon, but we have all the selling in the world that we need down there. Let's see, what's the other one? CGC. Now, CGC right now has not pulled up, and it's not going to let me show you. But if you go back and if you had CGC up, I know I posted in the chat room before we started, we got a beautiful, you know what? Here, I'm going to show you guys. Let me move this over for a second. All right, here we go. Okay, look at this selling right here in CGC. Now, Cron moved, but it didn't have as much. See this selling? This is a red dress right here. This is something that I'm going to base my trade off of coming into it. So beautiful selling there. CGC certainly still going to be on my list for this afternoon. And then we can take a look at NVDA. Now, NVDA has just been getting hammered on. I know I put, this morning it's at it again. I know Nitesh basically was explaining almost every single level, exactly what he was expecting to do. And, it almost gets like... Okay, so this is something that you want to. So it almost gets annoying at a certain point. Okay, when you post a stock over and over and over and over again. And when I say annoying, I don't mean really like annoying as in, but it's just you keep seeing the same stock over and over again. Okay, someone calling it out. There's more selling at this point. There's more selling at this point. There's more selling at this point. When that happens, guys, what stock should you be looking at? Out of curiosity, what stock should you be looking at when that happens? Yeah, that stock, because if it's continuously being spoken about over and over and over and over again, there's nothing else to be looking at. Okay, it's not. I don't care what NIO is doing. I don't care what Nugget's doing. I don't care what those in that situation. You can look at those too if you're trading more than one stock. But if a stock is continuously, if it gets to the annoying point of watching it, potentially that just came because we were talking about it this morning. And for some reason, those are the two stocks that Ritesh was talking about this morning. NIO and Nugget both came to mind. But you understand what I mean. When you see it over and over and over and over again, okay, make sure you're looking at a stock. Guys, would I ever be talking about a stock that shouldn't be traded? I ever call out a stock that's just absolute garbage? No, of course not. So if I'm talking about it, there's a reason behind that. And make sure that you're paying attention. So NVDA, let's take a look. So I know we have a print that came in at 132 on that bid. Let's take a look back for it. On 131.50, you have more selling coming in. 131.50 more selling with an ask print. That's probably where it came from. Yeah, there's beautiful selling. Yes, there's no reason in the world this stock doesn't hit 130. But the problem is, absolutely. You know what? With the range, I mean, right as of right this second, you could see the volume. Okay, the biggest thing is the trading volume. Range is at 676. It trades 893. There's no reason in the world. There's not one variable that tells us that this stock cannot get down to 130. It's just going to be a matter of that trading. Okay, if trading volume does not come in, we're just going to see these pull-ups and then pull down and pull up and pull down, and it's just absolute garbage. Right now, there's no way to trade it yet, but overall, 130, most certainly, based off the selling that we have there, as well as the psychological level with the range there. So absolutely. Okay, it's a matter of is it going to trade? That's it. Because it's going to get there. It's just, will it get there today? Well, I'll tell you what. When I look at NVDA and time and sales isn't moving, guess what? Not getting there. Okay, we need that personality to change. We need volume and actual trading to start coming into it. Selling at 125, yes, from after New Year's as well. Absolutely, 100%. So that's even, I mean, right there, Tinky, that's a great variable to add into things because now we have selling at 125. So guess what? It's definitely getting to 130. I'm assuming you covered SQ in the beginning of the meeting. Yes, Pedro, I did. Absolutely. You got beautiful buzz selling. It's basically just in a nutshell. Beautiful selling at 68.50. I'm expecting it to pull up a little bit. If it doesn't get out of this just disgusting conversation, you were eating chicken. So if it doesn't get out of this consolidation, we still should get a bigger pull up than we've gotten from that selling in there. You can see right here, beautiful selling, 68.45, right underneath that level. So we're going to expect a little bit of a pull up. As long as we could get out of this, right here, we can get, I mean, this thing could get to a $6 range because one thing that you have to understand, when we see, and I like to use, this is the only reason I have a 5-minute chart, and I never really show you guys because I barely look at it. What do you guys notice about this right here, about this part right here within the 5-minute chart? What do we notice about that? What would we, if we just look at it and we describe? Well, it's consolidating, absolutely. But typically, as a consolidation gets to a smaller and smaller point, okay, that shows us that the time that it's actually going to start moving is coming. Okay, the more of a point. Eventually, if the stock's in consolidation and it just goes and it goes into nothing, if the stock actually trades, eventually, when it gets to a point, what has to happen? Can buyers and sellers fight at the same exact price? Can the bid and the ask be the same price at one time? Think about that. Can the bid and the ask be the same price at the exact same time? No, it can't. You can't buy and sell a stock at the exact same price at the exact same time. It's impossible. You have a bid and you have an ask, okay? And even if it's in between the bid and ask, then it's in between. But there's no way that it can be a cost or that it costs the same price and you can sell it for the same price. Doesn't work like that. So what happens if the consolidation gets to a point where the bid and ask price are going to be the same? What has to happen? Don't want to be trading. Well, you know what? What has to happen? Someone's going to come in with volume. Okay, that's one of the easiest ways to see that some volume is about to come in, and you're going to see a big pop in volume spike, which is almost always brought with a big price action movement on top of it. Someone's going to win. If there's no more sellers in a stock, guys, what's going to happen to the stock as the buyers come in? No sellers, buyers come in. Where's the stock going? Yeah, big trigger up, right? Same type of deal. If there's no buyers and they're selling and the sellers keep coming in, but there's no buyers and the buyers lose, what's going to happen to the stock? Very, very, very simple. All right, guys. So overall, I love the setups that we have going on out there. There's great stories. We have the prints. We have everything we need. Guess what's the only thing that we need to make this one hell of an afternoon? And 99% of the time, if you say use this word, you're probably going to be right. But volume. All right, guys. So I will be here for the rest of the day. I'll talk to everyone in the chat, and happy trading.